Hello fiber friends and welcome to the JillianEve Vlogmas. I have a special guest with me today. This is Mark, the wheel daddy.
Hi.
Who are you?
Mark.
Mark. The wheel daddy.
Yay!
Mark is the wheel daddy because he helps me take care of all my wheels. He's my wheel mechanic and I have him on the channel today for a very specific reason. But you'll have to wait just a moment because we need to open today's Vlogmas box and see what blessing we have for today.
Cool.
What day is it? Day 6.
Today is day 6.
Do you want to open it?
I'll open it. You want me to read it?
Yeah, I want you to open it and read it. Pretend you're me.
Oh, sweet. Hi, fiber friends. Welcome to Wheel Daddy Show. Oh my, look at the dog. It's dog fur. Do I read it first?
Yeah, you have to read the blessing first.
So you guys can't look in here.
Correct.
Don't be doing that.
Secrets.
Okay. May cats, mice, and fairies stay out of your fiber stash. These will be in the fiber later.
This is the only sweater he will wear that is an ugly Christmas sweater. Is it ugly?
Cats are not ugly.
So is that an ugly
Sweater.
Christmas sweater?
They're kittens.
Kittens.
I put cats in your fiber all the time. And today we have a
Tapestry needle.
impaled through a sheep.
That's why it's red.
Right. It had an accident. It's sharper than you think.
Okay, so for those of you who have the Vlogmas box, hang on to your tapestry needle. You are going to need it. So keep it safe.
Like
Like
put it,
secrets.
but not in your pocket. Like don't leave it in your pocket, your back pocket, or on your couch, where you sit on it.
Yeah, no.
And then the fiber for today is this
What is that?
fiber. Cat fiber. I don't know. It just.
That was an excellent presentation.
There
I'm
you
so
go.
glad you were here for
There
that.
you go. You have no idea. It's wool cotton Yama Chero sheep horns.
That's like a chimera of my nightmares or dreams. I don't know.
It's fiber. I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the house all over the place.
This is another box of the super fine, it's 18 microns, and it's called charcoal. It was rescued from a mill by another mill that did the micron testing and confirmed that it's wool, and they carded it, and we have it in our box. Now this is the only fiber, the only 2 boxes that have matching fiber. Everything else is gonna be, from here on out, is gonna be totally different. But this was just so special and so short. And I know that was a big challenge for a lot of you, so I wanted to give us a second opportunity to spin this in a different way. So we have one video where I spun this with my supported spindle, and today we're gonna use different equipment to spin this, and that's why I have the Wheel Daddy with me for today's episode.
Because I'm gonna spin it.
That would be fantastic.
I lied.
Will you try?
No.
Please?
I don't want to waste all that good stuff.
I would waste it on you.
I already. What do you want? What do you want out of this?
Okay, so today I got a very exciting package in the mail. It wasn't actually today. Actually, it was yesterday. But I got a very exciting package in the mail. This package is going to be the giveaway for the rest of Vlogmas.
You want me to show them what
yeah,
it is?
pull it up, bring it up here. It is an EEW Nano 2, and it's the blue color. So I'm gonna open this up real quick so we can take a peek at it. This is the giveaway for Vlogmas. So if you leave a comment on the live stream day 5 and then any of the other videos up to number 12, and if there's any other lives, all of that batch will count. Leave a comment, that's your entry, 1 entry per video, and the other details are in the video description. But it was just so much fun. I like doing giveaways.
I like shipping things.
So between the two of us. So I got an EEW Nano for us to give away. Here's what it looks like in the package. So fancy. And I was thinking I could take it out and test it and spin on this, but I'm also doing it as a giveaway, and I'd like it to arrive to whoever's gonna get it fresh and new and shiny. So I did get something else. I got the upgrade kit because I already have a Nano 1. And so Mark is with us today to do the upgrade. This was the bag that the upgrade kit came in. And so we are gonna upgrade my Nano 1, and then I am going to spin this fiber. And I'll give you some more tips for spinning short stapled fiber, because sometimes we want to spin it because it's so soft and nice.
Like kitten fiber.
Like kittens.
Spinning kittens.
Spinning kittens. I wanted to hop in here real quick and let you know I am an affiliate with the EEW wheels and products and things that they have. So if you use the link that I have in the video description, I may earn a small commission if you make any purchases from the line of eel wheels, including the Nano 2, the 6, all the eel wheel stuff. So it's a great way to support the channel, and I really do appreciate everything that Maurice is doing and all of the eel wheel products. So I'm very happy to be an affiliate with them. So if you want to support the channel, use that link, go get some eel wheel products. I think they're fantastic. So happy spinning.
So this is these are all the upgrade parts, and this is our original Nano, and this is all the parts we're going to use to upgrade it. It comes with a new motor, a new control board, new...
Those are the slider hooks. A lot of people didn't like the little metal ones. I agree, they were a little bit fiddly, and so those are the new connectors, and that's why it has a new flyer. So yeah.
So also, like Evie said, new flyer. It comes with a number of bobbins. They're a different style now. You actually screw them together. You can see the threads maybe right over here. So these screw on instead of just sliding on. And these hooks are way more substantial than the old ones.
Yeah. And these would snag a little bit too, just because of the way they were. So let's upgrade this. I want to get spinning.
And the charger, it comes with a new charger, and it's a USB connector, whereas the old one had this round connector. So just be aware that you can't use the old cable once you upgrade it.
And to be clear, that's a power source, it doesn't charge the Nano. It just powers. Oh,
I said charger to that. I was like thinking
Nano.
like cell phone.
Yeah, because it looks like a cell phone.
It is actually a cell phone. It's the same kind of charger, but it's not charging the Nano. It's powering it.
Right. You can get external battery packs, but that's not part of this setup. So.
Cool. So let's swap out some parts.
Do it.
So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the flyer off. Move it aside. Pull off the bearing. There's this end cap that comes off. We're going to keep the bearing, but we're not going to keep the end cap.
This will be the new end cap. Old, new.
And then I'm going to use some tools here and pop off the bearing. And then you just jiggle it back and forth till it pops off. So this...
Does it fold?
It does. with the hydraulic press. We don't need the old flyer. We'll just put that aside. My assistant will help us. Ta-da! We'll move this aside for right now. And so we've got the flyer taken off. We're gonna, if you wouldn't mind holding on to that. And next we're going to remove the control board, the old one. Start by pulling the knob off. We're going to need that. We'll put that over there. We're gonna have to take this little pulley off. It comes right off. It should just slide right off. Remove that fiber that nobody needs.
It did come with a new pulley.
And we're gonna be swapping out all the parts because it came in the kit. There's 2 screws right here to remove. Actually, I'm gonna disconnect the motor from the control board first. You don't have to do this, it just will make life easier. Ta-da!
That's really short.
Well,
I'm supposed to sit on the floor next to the outlet.
There is an extension cord for it.
Okay, let's put that extension cord on there and see how she spins.
Got it.
Let's see.
The knob's all the way down.
Oh.
Do you feel about the same?
Nice. It took you, according to the timestamp on while I was recording you, the length of time it took you, it was 5 minutes and 38 seconds. So that's a pretty quick upgrade. Did you think
I was going really slow.
Did you think it was easy?
Yeah, it was actually really easy. Any not wheel daddy people, probably take 10 minutes if you were going slow. If you were a wheel daddy like I was, 5.5 minutes.
Good to know.
Starting a club later.
Yeah?
Wheel daddy club.
Wheel daddy club.
You have to have somebody else in your household who has wheels that they make you fix.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, you people out there know who I'm talking about. You know who you are.
Well, thanks for coming on the Vlogmas episode, and thanks for upgrading my wheel.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Go enjoy your games. Sounds like go enjoy your shows. I'm watching my show.
You want to play a game?
No. Nobody wants that game. For this spin, I am creating a 3-ply. I had about an ounce of fiber, and so I divided it into 3. They're about 1/3 of an ounce each, and so I have one bobbin already spun. It's looking good. And then I have these other 2 floofs to spin also. I thought a 3-ply would be really fun to do with the Nano for a couple particular reasons. One is that these are 2-ounce bobbins and this is 1 ounce of fiber, and so that means that even plied, it should all fit onto one bobbin. And the other reason is that I have a whole pile of bobbins for this little Nano. The Nano 2 comes with 2 bobbins of each color. So we have the blue, green, and gray. So that's a total of 6 bobbins. So doing a 3-ply, I have plenty of bobbins. The way that I'm spinning this on here, and actually I've started doing this where I don't use a leader. I don't use a leader anymore. I just use the fiber that I'm spinning. So what I do is I start twisting it. So I twist it in the direction that I'll be spinning it. I'm going to spin this Z twist. So I twist a little bit, kind of pull it out, twist a little bit, pull it out. And the reason that I've stopped using leaders is because of that clock reel back there next to my cinnamon broom. That clock reel that I have back there. It pulls the yarn off of the bobbins so fast and with so much power that if I have a leader tied to the bobbin, it would just rip the Lazy Kate off of the table or whatever I'm pulling it off of. It would just rip it off. It would just, everything would come down just because of the speed and force of that thing when the whole clock reel gets turning. I was thinking, there's no way that people were tying onto their bobbins if they were using equipment like this. Like, it just wouldn't make sense for that. And then I saw some old footage of some women, I think it was in Germany, spinning, and they were spinning flax and they weren't using a bobbin either. They just got it going a little bit like this, and then I'm gonna fold this over so that it's a little easier to put it through the orifice. So it's kind of like a plyback test, but it's the very, very end of the fiber. And then I'm able to pop it through the orifice, and I can use the hook to kind of help it along. There we go. So now I have my fiber coming through the direction I want it to. So the direction that I'm going to spin is Z twist, which means that the flyer is going to turn like a clock. But because I have a break band over the bobbin, because this is Scotch tension, that means that the bobbin has drag. It'll be slower. So I can get it started in the correct direction, because since the bobbin is slower because of the drag, I can turn it the other way and just wrap my fiber around it a little bit. And once it gets going, and I kind of zigzag it back and forth so it overlaps itself, that's all I need. And that gets me going well enough, and then when I'm plying or pulling this off of here or whatever, I'm not going to yank everything down if it gets to the end and I have too much force going and don't realize it's at the end. So I thought that was a fun trick. The way that I'm spinning this is with a long draw, because long draw just means that my hands are further apart than the staple length. And I'm not really going back so much as I'm pulling towards the wheel. This has a lot of slip and slide on it, and one of the ways that I know I have good tension is if it's not being pulled or yanked toward me, if I can spin with it just staying in place while I am drafting out my fiber. So this rattles a little bit. I'll probably mute this while I'm spinning and tell you my story. So you can kind of watch how I'm spinning. I have it turned up. If the dial was a clock, I would say it's at about 1 o'clock, if you can see the speed on there. So that's about how fast I'm going, so you can kind of see the rate that I'm doing this if you want to follow. But yeah, I'm just drafting out from my supply, pulling it towards the wheel, and then letting the twist come in, and then drafting out, letting the twist in, and drafting out. So here we go. The story I have for you today is actually a true story. It's a story that happened to me when I was a little girl. So I hope that you enjoy this true story. It will swing back around to fiber, actually. So let's start with me as a little kid. I was kind of a weird kid. I know you are shocked that I was a weird kid. But when I was growing up, my mom got me a lot of science types of gifts. I guess it's what you would today, it would be STEM gifts. I remember some fantastic toys that I had as a kid. I had these, they were plastic sort of globes that you could see through, and there were all kinds of gears on the inside, and you would connect them to each other and put a motor on it, and they would all turn the different gears, and you could put them in different configurations. I had lots of Tinker Toys, Lego, those kinds of building types of toys. Spirograph, that was a lot of fun. So I had a lot of science types of toys and very creative, exploratory kinds of toys, and not necessarily girly types of toys, which I know is a very gendered thing, and I will be touching on that in just a moment. There's a purpose to this. But all of my friends had, you know, Barbie. I did have some My Little Pony because I was definitely into horses as a kid, and I collected unicorns. I had a whole shelf full of unicorns. But and My Little Pony, I love that. Kind of Care Bears, definitely Rainbow Bright, lots of Rainbow Bright, and Starlight. I think that's what started my unicorn collection. So my friends had Barbie, and I really wanted Barbie because my friends had Barbie. And my mom was always really resistant to getting me Barbie because for her growing up, Barbie was very much about emulating the, you know, find a husband, get married, have kids, be a housewife. It was really emulating that kind of framework for how a young girl should desire to plan her future. And my mom had Barbie, and she had Skipper, and she had Ken when she was a little girl. And she always wanted to have the erector sets and the electronic kits and the chemistry sets. She always wanted those things. And those things, because of the time she was living in and because she had brothers, her brothers got those kinds of things. The woodworking, tool sets, and stuff like that. And she got the Barbies. And she didn't want that for me. She wanted me to see my future as any possibility in any career, whatever I wanted to do. And so she really pushed hard against me not having Barbies, specifically Barbie. So finally, I had been begging and begging and begging for Barbie because I was really feeling like an extra weird kid. I really was. So there was one year that my grandmother sent a box of gifts for the family. So every year we would open one gift on Christmas Eve, and we would open the rest of the gifts on Christmas Day. And my mom had this no Barbies rule. And there was one year on Christmas Eve, we each chose a gift to open from under the tree, me and my brother. And I chose a gift, and I opened it, and it was from my grandmother. And I opened it, and it was a set of Barbie clothes, and there was no Barbie. Specifically, it was Skipper. It was clothes for Skipper, but that's all that was in that gift. It was just clothes for Skipper. It was like an accessory pack for Skipper. And I was just like, like I don't have a Skipper. I don't have a Barbie. I don't have this. Why is she giving me this? She must not have known. And then I kind of felt embarrassed for her getting me a gift that I couldn't have, and it was a whole thing, and I was so disappointed. And I guess my mom didn't want to spoil the surprise because she had talked to my grandmother and she figured, yeah, sure, it was time. I was begging for it. My friends all had it. And so the next morning for Christmas, I opened up my very first skipper, and I got to have a skipper. To my mom's horror, they had updated Skipper since my mom had Skipper, and I very specifically remember her being upset that they were trying to make her look more like Barbie in a womanly figure kind of way, and not just letting Skipper be the little girl, little sister kind of way. And now that I'm grown, I understand where she was coming from, and I can see, you know, just it's a whole rabbit hole of body image stuff with Barbie. But I do see where she was coming from. And I really, really appreciate that my mom did give me an opportunity to have all of those toys that were definitely at the time, you know, in the 80s, they were definitely more marketed to boys and not to girls. I remember the big controversy with Barbie where they had a talking Barbie and she said different things. And one of the things that she said was, "Math is hard." And people had an absolute fit because they were like, is this encouraging girls to shy away from math because Barbie says it's hard? And then people were like, well, math is hard, and like, this is a fact. It's like, right, but it's Barbie saying it. Do we want her to be saying that? What is the message she's sending? So this is a little bit of a rabbit trail. But once I did have Barbie, once I had Skipper, I did get Barbie and Ken, and I had some of the other ones. And I remember some wonderful Sunday afternoons with my mom where we would sit by the sewing machine and we would make clothes for my Barbies. And that was actually a tradition that had gone on for a while in the family, because when my mom had her Ken and Barbie and Skipper when she was a girl, her mother and her grandmother would make clothes and have handmade clothes for her Barbie. So I wanted to share that story with you because I just think it's so fascinating. It's so interesting to just look at how society changes and our perceptions change, and how those toys that do persist, like Barbie, who's been around for a while now, how she's changed over the years. And should Skipper have a womanly figure? I don't know. I don't know what Skipper looks like today. But I do know that the Skipper I got had violet colored eyes, and I do remember learning about Elizabeth Taylor because my Skipper had violet eyes, and I didn't know that was a real thing that could really exist. And then I was obsessed and I wanted purple eyes too, but I can't get purple eyes for Christmas. I guess maybe you could get some cosplay contacts nowadays, but that wasn't a thing when I was growing up. So that was my story. I would love to hear if you have, if you have particular Barbie stories, that would be fun to hear. But did you have any toys that you desperately, desperately wanted? And then what happened when you got it? Was it everything you expected and more? Or was it a big disappointment? I still have the Barbies that my mom grew up with and my very first Skipper. I had some Barbies later on, but I don't still have those. I think they got passed on to my stepsister, and who knows where they are now. But I did hang on to Skipper because she was precious to me, and the Barbies that my mom had stayed at my grandmother's house, so those also got passed along. So we still have those in our collection. So here they are. I want to show you my very first Skipper and her violet Elizabeth Taylor eyes. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Vlogmas. We had a lot to do today, and this is the yarn that we have spun. It's squishy, it's lovely. I really enjoy spinning short staples in particular on these little eel wheels. I think they are fantastic for any of the short downy fibers, very short wool fibers, camel, yak, cotton. They're fantastic for those kinds of spins, and that's what I really love to use these for. So, good luck everyone. Make sure you leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Happy spinning. I turned my alerts off. Who's calling you?
No, but hold on. I do actually need to do this. I need to set an alert to turn my alerts back on.
What's her name?
Second first take.
Yes.
Got it.
We can do this.
Hi! Hi! Oh, sweet. Hi, fiber friends! Welcome to Wheel Daddy Show. Let's do this.
I don't know what's happening.
Hi!
Oh my gosh.
I make her laugh because I love her.
I know you.
High five. Heck yeah. Do this.
Okay.
Hi!